But yeah, let's get straight to it. So Rick has been kind enough to take the train to attend this talk and participate. And thank you so much for sharing. But he's from Livepeer, and I'm really looking forward to what he has to share with us. So please give a big round of applause for Rick.
Does it work now? Yes, it works. So thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here today. I'm thrilled to speak here on behalf of the Livepeer ecosystem on the topic of open inference for video and media pipelines. So it looks a little bit generic, but don't worry. When we go deeper, it becomes clear. So first, something about myself. I'm Rick Staa. From my background, I'm an AI researcher / robotics engineer. And I'm part from a team of that's fully funded by the community, open source contributors that are aiming to get permissionless AI inference job to the existing Livepeer network. Our hope in doing so is that we will democratize inference by offering media creators a fully open, fair, and decentralized AI video infrastructure. So, what is Livepeer? Before diving into the mission as Livepeer as a whole, we have to understand where Livepeer's mission initially came from. So initially, Livepeer was focused on so the mission to decentralize video-related compute. And with the recent AI boom, I would like to explain how we as the community also think it's important to go after AI-related compute. So the mission from Livepeer from the beginning has been to build the world's open video infrastructure. So it has been doing this since 2017. From there, we have powered a lot of streaming platforms to do video transcoding on the Livepeer network without being dependent on big cloud providers. And we have multiple DPUs doing transcoding video jobs every week. So, to give you a background of Livepeer's first mission. So, if you want to build a streaming company, you're essentially are required, because streaming takes a lot of video compute, to work with cloud providers like Google Compute and Amazon. But as we know, those providers also own platforms like YouTube and Twitch. So this is not a nice position to be in, because essentially when you have a really innovative app, you are paying essentially to your competitors most of the fees that your application is made. So it's really important in the sense that we have an open permissionless list, and also independent platform that provides creators with video compute resources to give them all the powers needed to require to build this business and be not dependent on these big cloud providers. So in the last months, with all the AI research that has been going on, we saw something similar appearing. So you have big companies like OpenAI, like Microsoft, having access to their own models. They own their models, they own their applications, they own the infrastructure. And you can see that if you want to build in the open as a new innovative application developer, you are again dependent on these big giants. And even more worrisome, these giants have been actively lobbying with government to get complex requirements in place that make open source development of models or make nearly impossible for startups unobtainable. So what it does, it makes it really hard for startups because they have to get a permission from the government to do this open work, but that takes legal fees and a bureaucratic process. And the last thing is that Microsoft also is actively renting and buying the GPUs that are needed to do this inference task. And therefore, we think it is essential that we also have a decentralized, permissionless, and network for AI inference that people can build on top, anybody that wants, and that allows them to not be dependent on these big cloud providers. So, I would like to tell you about how Livepeer is trying to decentralize AI, and how the mission there is shaped. So, From our first beginning, we wanted to build this open video infrastructure network, and we are staying close to this same mission. So with a generative AI becoming more important, you can see that the way we create content, the way we use content, it's going to change. So it's essential that we also integrate this AI features into this open network. So we are situated as Livepeer a little bit different than the other people that are building in this space. So we are really niche going into, we already have an existing network of video compute, so we do transcoding, and we also have an existing user base. And what we decided with the ecosystem to do is to really build on top of this existing structure and to move quickly there move quickly and get data quickly so that we know what we have to do for the rest of our roadmap. So that we have already existing clients, that means that we are focused on more the video-centric part. So the people on the network, the generative AI, for example, has shaped the way they create their video, but also how their post-production works. So in the creation, for example, you can see that you don't need big teams of producers, actors to create the content, but also on the production side, this AI really helps to do upscaling, for example, do film interpolation. You don't need more time, and it lowers the barrier of entry. So it's really important for the Livepeer network that we integrate these new AI features to give our clients the ability to build their new upcoming innovative tasks in a way that they're not dependent on these big cloud providers. So, because we are situated with already an existing network and also an existing user base, we decided to do our compute pipelines a little bit differently. So in our transcoding network, the users expect to send a video in and get a result out that is a transcoded video. So for our AI pipelines, we took a similar route. So currently you can send in a request, for example, a text, and you get an image out. And then we abstract everything away needed for you to get that result. So the result will get routed on the network to our orchestrators that are compute providers. It will get loaded on the GPU, on a container. It will do the job, and it will send payments back. And by really doing this, you have benefits from a user perspective, but also from a developer perspective, and also cons. So one benefit for the user is that you abstract everything away, so they don't have to worry about setting up cloud compute, don't need big teams to do that. But the con there is they have less customizability compared to other, for example, more general compute providers. Also, it's not suited well for training, for example. From a development perspective, also, it makes it a little bit easier to implement because we don't have to worry about complicated security issues with running custom code on our nodes. And also the verification part of if the orchestrator did the job is a lot easier there. But as the development team, it has the downside, if you do it like this, that you have to really spend a lot of time to ensure that these inference baselines are in place, and also to make sure that they're loaded in an efficient way onto the network, so that that it can be not only cost effective, but also gives it a nice user experience. So what we have currently already on the networks are generative pipelines, text to image, image to image, image to video. And we decided not to enhance or abandon our mission to focus on general compute, but more enhance AI capabilities for our clients already in the network. This has been crucial for informing our AI roadmap. So I think this part I am most interested about. So it's what's in the future. So how can Livepeer as be a key player in helping build this decentralized infrastructure networks that are needed to ensure that AI stays open source, accessible for everybody. So at our side, currently we have to do, of course, our own development pipeline. So we have to ensure that our network is not only as cost effective as the big cloud providers, but also it has the same user experience and has the same performance as network, because otherwise people are not going to switch to a decentralized network like that. So apart from our own roadmap, the things that I'm most excited about with the team and also with the ecosystem team is the ability to also integrate open standard for provenance and authenticity directly in the pipelines. Because you can see that it's important for our creators to really get a sense of this whole pipeline through the network and get a way to know that's their context. For examples, for to really prove that's their content, but also fully track the generation. So you can see that if you have a model on our network, it's really important to know which models was used, but also at the outside to have a way to enhance trust and transparency. That's something that we're really passionate about. And the last thing that we're most passionate about is funding open source research directly using our network. So you can, at the core of Livepeer, it's an open source protocol, and we are really deeply committed and ensuring that we not merely use the models provided by the open source providers. So for example, stability, but we also give something back so that we can foster an equal playing ground for these players to really develop in the open, because we believe that that will lead to more innovation, safer AI, and also more accessibility to this AI. So to support this mission, we have multiple tools. So we have been researching with the team to see if we can make these incentives in the chain already, so that you really are paid the research. But this is a hard task. So we already have a treasury in place that we can use to fund open source research. And we have been doing so, for example, my own team. It's also funded by the on-chain treasury. And by providing a way, we hope that we can incentivize multiple teams, which together have developed to build in the open and really ensure that this open infrastructure is in place. So the future of media is likely to be shaped by the innovators, many startups and hackers, builders leveraging the breakthroughs of AI. This experimentation can occur if there are open access infrastructures that are cost effective and available. We think by leveraging crypto economic incentives, treasury funding, and resilient architectures, adopt distribution across a network coordinated resources, we can come together and enables this exciting future. So thank you again for giving me the opportunity to share why the Livepeer ecosystem believes it's crucial to create open and independent AI infrastructures. To learn more about our product, please visit me after the talk or scan the QR code. I'm really excited to talk with you about what you think about building decentralized AI.